What is going on, people? It is Avis Reviews here, the Queen of Pinheads. Oh, frick. Oh, whoop, there's number 11. The King of Pinheads, back at you with another count. Well, there's number 12, back at you with another countdown. So, at some point or another, a lot of YouTubers make a countdown like this, or a video like this, owning up to their mistakes. So I thought it was about time I did the same. The rules are simple. I can pick 10 different mistakes from any of my videos that I currently uploaded. The most recent video I have uploaded at the time of this recording was Scores and Comparison episode 9. So, I could pick any mistake from Scores and Comparison episode 9 or earlier. So, without further ado, let the list begin! Number 10. So without wasting any more time, let's dive right in. Characters. So let's talk about the characters in It's a SpongeBob Christmas first. The editing mistakes. Now, this isn't something that really happens that often because I normally catch it when I rewatch the video before I re-upload it. But yeah, it's gonna happen sometimes. It's bound to happen at least once or twice. That being said, it's still a mistake, and I apologize for that. In fact, there have even been some cases where I've had to re-upload entire videos just because of an editing mistake. One of my editing mistakes is in my top 5 worst pre-movie episodes. If you look at the part when I'm trying to talk about missing identity, some of the pixels on frames look really weird. Holy crap, guys, I think we found a wild missing node! Now, with most editing mistakes, I can tell where the problem is after I see it. But with this one, I have no freaking clue how this happened. When I was editing the video, I never saw this. It was most likely a rendering error, but regardless, it was my mistake, and I'll try to prevent it in the future. Number 9. What is going on, my people? It is Avis Reviews here, back at you with another episode of Squares in Comparison. One quick note I want to tack on before we get started is sorry for the big gap between episodes 1 and 2. Abandoning series. Now, this isn't necessarily a mistake in terms of content of my videos, just with my channel in general. I sort of have a bad habit sometimes of abandoning series. Let's look at Cartoon Discussions episode 5 and episode 6. There was a 3-month gap between each episode. That's a quarter of a year. Or Scores in Comparison episode 7 and 8. Again, a 3-month gap. I think the worst case is that I promised to put out some good content, but it's over a freaking year! Or how about the fact that I haven't uploaded a freaking commentary in 7 months? Over half a year. Now, there's somewhat of an explanation for this. With so many reviews and videos topics in mind, with 2 different series, with streaming, it's a lot to juggle. However, I won't attempt to justify the 7-month commentary. That's just ridiculous, and there will be a commentary of my top 10 best modern SpongeBob episodes on June 23rd. However, regardless of the fact that it's all hard to juggle, that's no excuse. So to fix this problem, I have made a rule. I'm gonna do a review every other week. In the weeks I don't do reviews, there'll be a different video, like a commentary, or a countdown, or a cartoon discussion, or a Scores in Comparison, or just a bonus video. So there's my solution to that problem. Hopefully it works out. If it doesn't work out, I'm firing all these stupid employees at this stupid corporation. Number 8. But anyways, you know what? I really have no clue what's going on. They just kind of ramble something about friendship or something, and they teleport in. What? Did they use the stun ones? Now, the previous 2 frick-ups aren't really that big a deal. No video's gonna be perfect, and editing mistakes are bound to happen at least a few times. And I kinda fixed the problem with abandoning series, hopefully. But here's where we're gonna get on to the big frick-ups that really bugged me. In my old videos, and to a certain extent my newer videos, there's a giant lack of research. There's a lot of basic things about shows and episodes that I don't know, and I confuse in a review because I did very little research. Take my Dr. Zone's file rant, for example. In the video, I said this: I don't really see the point of their argument. Was it supposed to be funny or lead to something? Yes, Milo destroys something, but they don't really do anything with that, and they just move on to the next plot. It really just leads to nothing and have the characters inexplicably disappear afterwards. I really don't see the purpose of that scene. Now, according to some people in the comments, this is part of an overarching story arc in the series. Some people kind of attempted to justify this and said that the scene still doesn't work in context, and while I do agree with that, I still should have done more research. That's something I definitely want to improve on in future videos. But hey, at least my sources are still credible than a lot of modern news networks. Whoa! Number 7. Imitation crabs. Really, the main ones are Plankton, Mr. Krabs, and Squidward. But Squidward and Mr. Krabs aren't in the meat of this episode. So it's really just Plankton and SpongeBob for the most part. The characters act relatively in character. My fast talking. Now, this is something that I feel like I've definitely improved on. However, just watch these clips. What is going on, people? It is Avis Reviews here, back at you with another review. So, The Loud House has been my most requested series. The close second would be the original Teen Titans, which I will get to eventually. And, well, The Loud House has like 12 main characters, so I think it's fair if I get another person in this video. What is going on, people? It is Avis Reviews here, back at you with another review. Now, as I'm sure you know, a post-movie episode that gets a lot of praise is The Krusty Sponge. And as I'm sure you'll quickly notice, anyone new with this channel, I'm not afraid to share my opinion, no matter how unpopular it is. And that's what I'm here to do today. No, I did not speed up these clips. This was the raw footage. Now, I don't necessarily know if I still talk too fast because, considering I hear my own voice on a daily basis, how the frick should I know? I guess that'll be up to you guys to decide. But I think regardless, all of us can agree that this is just freaking ridiculous. Just look at the freaking footage. Number 6. Okay, this is one I can't necessarily play a clip from a video from because it's not about the content of my video. This is about my thumbnails. Now, I'm kind of surprised that no one's called me out on this, but my thumbnails are freaking awful. Throughout the rest of this point, I'm just gonna show a montage on my freaking terrible thumbnails. They have several problems, such as my pinhead character floating sometimes, small text, my pinhead character being too small, a logo in the corner, text being cut off, and many, many, many more problems. Oh, did I mention they were garbage? Don't think I mentioned that. Now, for anyone wondering, I use Photoshop to make my thumbnails. So the problem isn't a bad photo editor or something like that. No, it's just that I'm freaking garbage at making thumbnails. Some of them do look pretty decent, but there are a small portion of them that I think are actually good. So if anyone watching this video is good at making thumbnails, show me some of your artwork. If you want to make thumbnails for me every week, that would be great. Send me it on Twitter or Discord, either one's fine. I'm not telling anyone to do this, but if you want to, it's certainly up to you. Please, man, just donate to the starving pinheads in Africa, okay? They need their thumbnails. Number 5. What is going on, people? It is Avis Reviews here, the king of pinheads, back at you with a different kind of video. A while ago, which I wouldn't be surprised if new fans didn't know this. A while ago, I think it was around October, I said if I hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the month, procrastinating on certain videos. Now, I know this is a similar point to Abandoned Series, but this point is generalizing a lot more. There have been several times when I've said on Twitter or in a video that I'm gonna do a certain video topic, and then it just never freaking happens, or it happens way later than I expected. For example, the cartoon discussion episode about Uncle Grandpa. That episode was supposed to come out months earlier. Or one of my most infamous examples, my fan discussion. It took a lot longer than it should have. That being said, I'm not that mad at it because there were a lot of things behind the scenes that made that video take so long, but even at that, it still did take a lot longer than it should have. Even my countdowns are pretty procrastinated. I still have another SpongeBob countdown to work on. Hopefully it'll be done soon though, but with making weekly reviews, plus my second channel, plus the secret project I'm working on, I kinda doubt it. Number 4. What is going on, people? It is Avis Reviews here, back at you with another— Oh god, Jesus Christ, my freaking ear! God, please stop the pain! My audio errors. Now, I use the term audio errors pretty broadly. By this I mean something that sounds glitched, me mispronouncing a word, anything that's wrong with a video when you listen to it, basically. There have been many times where I say a word that I wasn't supposed to say. Take this, for example. But either way, 1 point goes to Imitation Crab. Now granted, I did correct myself in the corner, but I still shouldn't have made the goddamn mistake in the first place. But on to the absolute worst example of an audio error. My top 10 best modern SpongeBob episodes. Now, the reason the audio sounds so fricked up in that video is because I just upgraded from WavePad to Adobe Audition. So I didn't exactly know what I was doing in Adobe Audition, and I accidentally messed up the settings. But that audio, man, it just sounds so awful. Today I'll be counting down my top 10 favorite modern SpongeBob episodes. So without further delay, let's get right into the rules.
Number 3.
Yeah, there's one thing I didn't like about this episode. It was Link stupid enough to realize that something would go wrong, but I would say it's justified for the most part because of a later event in the episode, but that's a whole nother can of worms. One thing I want to elaborate on with Alpha J is how the spider gets realized.
My boring old voice. Now this is something I have zero explanation for. I have no freaking clue why I used to have this issue. Yeah, I'm sure you could tell in terms of audio, my old videos were garbage. Boring old voice, audio issues, and my fast talking. But back to the issue at hand. I really don't understand how anyone could tolerate it. It sounds like I'm about to fall asleep. Well, actually, the funny thing is, in my Along Came a Sister review, I record the audio right after I woke up so I can get that video out on time, which looking back on it, was a completely stupid decision. I'm about to have a stroke. What the frick is this garbage?
Weaker episode would have just had one of the sisters let it loose while Lincoln wasn't looking, but here the character you would least expect is at fault.
How in the world did this?
Yeah, this show definitely is going down the right track. Instead of doing some random stupid plots with out-of-place humor and cardboard cutout characters like Pickle and Peanut,
become this. Go on, die! No! Well, that's a start to a goddamn fight, isn't it? What? Number 2.
So, if you didn't see my Atlanta Scriptanius review, I said I would be doing an episode of my bottom 5 from SpongeBob every 100 subscriber.
Using BFDI mouse. Okay, hopefully I got all those letters right. Jesus Christ. Don't want to add that to my list of mistakes, because I already fricked that up once. Anyways, I've gotten comment after comment after comment asking me why I use those mouths. And the answer is, I have no freaking clue what those are. Apparently, it's a YouTube show. But when I made the pinheads, I had no clue what it is. And I still barely know what it is. I just typed on Google, mouth, found some I liked, and then used them. Now that was a really stupid idea, and I'm glad that someone who actually knows how to draw made me some art. But I still have no clue what that is. Will I ever review this show? Because people actually want to know the answer to that. No, of course I won't. I only review TV shows and whatnot, and I don't think I'd be interested in reviewing YouTube videos. But yeah, I really fricked up with that. I should not have used those mouths. Number 1.
I would put in my top 10 favorite SpongeBob episodes. And if you like this episode, I have absolutely nothing against you, and I completely understand if you do. So let's get to why I think this episode deserves to be on this list.
Now, this is only a little bit above number 2, but I knew this would be number 1 because it will freaking haunt my nightmares forever. Using memes in my older videos. I don't know why I did it. It really doesn't deserve words. What the frick? Yes, this is the reason, or at least the main reason, why all of my old videos except 2 are on private. The only ones that are public are Squares in Comparison Episode 1 and my top 5 worst pre-movie episodes. Squares in Comparison, because obviously it's the first episode to a series, and the top 5 worst pre-movie episodes because it's my most popular video and it's the video I'm well known for. And please, if anyone has the file to those old videos and is listening, don't re-upload them. I privated them for a reason, and this will always go down in the history books as the biggest Avis reviews frick up. But that's the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you don't completely hate me for these mistakes and you think I'm still one entertaining motherfricker, be sure to leave in the comments hashtag Avis has the vibes. Or tweet it to me at Twitter at Avis Reviews. Please like this video and subscribe to both this channel and my second channel, linked in the description below. Please check out all my social media, linked in the description below. And Avis Reviews, sign the frick out. I'm ending it strong!